All right, guys. It's Saturday and I don't work on Saturdays, so you guys are getting a second video because there's some interesting stuff going on in the Safuu Discord. Voting drama. And this to me is fascinating. Okay? It seems the buyback and burn crowd is getting their asses whooped. Like for real. For real. But Bullet is making a very good, interesting point about this. That the buyback and burn crowd, their vote was diluted because there was literally like 15 different options for burning, whereas there was one option for no burning. So it's like the burning vote was diluted big time. And you'll see Bullet makes his case in this. And that's why I love reading to you guys comments from Bullet, because he really thinks things out and he makes some interesting arguments. You can love him or hate him. There's a lot of people that are like emotionally reacting to him. I think Bullet is a highly intelligent person and should be listened to, not necessarily agreed with, but like read his arguments because he thinks things through and he makes interesting arguments. Huskminer, same way. He's a guy who thinks things through. That's why I bring you guys their comments so much. And people that are being emotional towards them, like literally members on the council are emotionally reacting to Bullet. Like seriously, guys, like I don't get, like, guys, like I understand people in the community like getting annoyed and pissed off and stuff, but people on the council, you guys are supposed to be the adults in the room. Anyways, I'm not going to tear into the council yet again because I do that on all my videos, and I'm sure eventually they're going to ask me to cease and desist. I'm just waiting for the council to tell me to stop making videos. Anyways, so the way that the voting worked, because based on reading the comments, I figured how the voting is working. Your voting power is dependent on how many Safuu you hold. So the biggest Safuu holder, who has 1.1 million Safuu, he has enormous voting power in this. He has much more voting power than someone who has, say, 1,000 Safuu. He literally has 1,000 times more voting power than you. So that's how they did it. They said that was the most honest way they could do it because they couldn't do it per wallet, because then someone could like put one Safuu in like 1,000 wallets and then they would have 1,000 votes. So they had to do it this way. It's the best way they could do it. I'm totally fine with it because, to me, the people who have the greatest stake in this, or they have the most skin in the game, I don't mind them having the most say. I don't mind that at all. And anybody who bitches about that, like, it's just like, understand that like someone who has $100,000 invested in this should have more say than you who has, $50 invested in this. And on top of that, if they have $100,000 to invest, they probably know more about investing than you do, who only has $50. That's the other thing that I'm thinking. So the fact that the majority holders, like the big wallets, are voting for 0% buyback and burn, I trust their decision. I trust their wisdom, because they have made a lot more money in crypto than I have up to this point. So I just trust their decision. I was definitely I definitely liked the idea of having a high percent going to buyback and burn, but at the same time, I'm one of those people who's lost his ass over the past year and a half in crypto, so maybe I'm not the person who should be making decisions. You know what I'm saying? So I'm totally fine with this vote. It's 80 at this point in time. It's 87% are in favor of 0% buyback and burn, because the options were either like 0 or 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 44. Like there was literally 50 different options on the percent of burn that you wanted. And so that's why like people like Bullet are saying that the burn crowd's vote was diluted massively. And so but the majority holders are voting for 0% buyback and burn. I mean, it's at 87% of the vote right now. The second most popular thing voted for was 25% allocated to buyback and burn, and that was it only got 4% of the vote though. So it looks like the buyback and burn crowd lost big time here, and we're going to be using 0% of the SIF this month. It's just for this month's SIF. That's another thing. This is not like a permanent decision. It's just for this month. the SIF that we have this month. Husk Miner was saying, I have somewhat changed my mind on the buyback and burn vote. I didn't realize that it was for just the current multi-sig holdings. So Mr. No Fame saying, yeah, the vote is for the current total of all council funds, which is 554 BNB, with maximum possible allocation of 80% towards buyback and burn. Let's see. Sorry, as usual, Twitter going super slow on my very, very fast desktop. Makes zero sense to me. So Bullet is saying, really, this vote is not fair by doing so many buyback and burn percentages and only 0% buyback and burn. Odds are way against the buyback and burn of winning because of so many options. Vote should have been burn or no burn. Those should have been the two first options for the first vote. And then he said, then if burn was selected, if burn was the winner of that vote, do another vote for the buyback and burn percentage. I can see where he's coming from. Can you see that that makes sense? Like, can you see kind of where the council kind of swayed, how they wanted things to go, how they kind of did that, how the agenda of the council was carried out there? Yeah. Listen, I don't care about this. I don't care that the vote was for 0%, but I can also see that the council totally swayed things in favor of their agenda, which is called bullshit. That's why this council, to me, not all of them, I think more than a few of them are honest people, but I think there are some scoundrels on this council as well. Anyways, I said I wasn't going to talk shit about the council in this video, so I'm going to try to stop. But you can see what I'm saying. Millie said it could be said they are splitting the burn voters with so many choices. Bullet says if we have more vote combined on burns than the 1 to 0%, then the community wanted to burn, but yet we would lose. Structure was not good or fair. So yeah, someone's saying the majority of voting power for 0% probably came from major holders. LOL. Or all the burn votes, this is Bullet saying, or all the burn votes should default to the highest percent burn that was selected and use that percent as the vote to compare against 0%. It still wouldn't have made a difference. I understand what he's saying. Like, combine all the burn votes and then do that against the 0%, but the 0% is like astronomical. It's like 87% versus like, if you combine all the other percentages of burns, there was probably like 12% that were voting for burns. Well, actually, no, if you do 87%, 13%. That was pretty close. 13%. An error occurred. Interesting. I'm literally just trying to look at the next thing I posted here, and it's an error occurred. So a Bullet saying this vote would be cheating in Vegas. Everyone would play the odds and vote 0% just because the odds are in your favor. 94.1% chance of winning. I don't know what he's saying there, to be honest. I just thought I'd include it. Then A. Lang saying, I don't understand this fanaticism about buyback and burn. We have a total of 30% tax. Right now, half of this is burning and other half is going to SIF. No matter what happens in voting, there will always be a burn of 15%, which is huge, more than any other project. Last time we used SIF fully, the whales didn't even do anything because they already took their profits. So using 100% SIF means 100% depending on whales, which is just a temporary solution, as we saw from the latest use of SIF. That's not a bad point. Not a bad point to make. I'm just very interested in how the price is going to be affected by this, because, granted, it was mostly the small holders that were voting for buyback and burn, so maybe the price won't change that much at all. But it'll be interesting when decisions start getting made, what'll happen to the price. Because, as a DAO, now everything's going to be voted on, and after every vote, the community is going to be either happy or pissed off, because it's going to be the majority holders that are making all the decisions. And as you can see, the council will sway things in whatever direction they want them to go, because everything fucking comes down to politics, as usual in life. So it'll be interesting seeing, based on the decisions made, what happens to the price. I'll be watching. I'm still waiting for my buy-in price of 15 cents. I'm still waiting for that. So by the way, full disclosure, I didn't vote because I have 0 Safuu. So my vote would have meant nothing. Fire Pit's about to be at 72%. Wallet 3, which has the 1.1 million Safuu, Wallet 3 has spoken. We elected the council for a reason. I want price appreciation through creating constant demand. 0 buyback and burn now. It was at 90%, I guess, at that time. It's at 87% now. If he forever wasn't happy about this, he said, forget it, man. I just want to say best of luck to those supporting this nonsense. Cappy responded, DAOs are certainly not for everyone. Your contribution to the SIF will be most appreciated, though. Sorry it didn't work out for you. See, even though Cappy's being a little smart alecky, he's not being mean there. So that's cool. I'm a little sensitive to how the council treats the community. I am a little bit. Wrong says Wallet 3 has spoken. No burn. Next, please. I do like to listen to Wallet 3 because anybody who has held through all the ups and downs of Safuu, like that person deserves to be listened to, I think. Majority of top holder voted no burn, so we good. Next opportunity, please. Tiki Barman told Elliot, can we start voting on next ideas now? Elliot said, I am. Next, we will vote for the Crew 3 initiative, Web3 design, lottery giveaway DApp. I don't know about you guys, but none of those 3 things excite me very much. But you know what? Whatever. Hey, got to do things in the order that the council wants to do them. That's cool. I don't know everything. I don't know. I'm first to say I don't know everything. So I'm just watching and bringing you guys stuff that's interesting to me. And waiting for that 15-cent buy-in price. So, yeah, this is the bullet is saying, yeah, let's put a shit ton of money on the new non-proven project only burns. Are you all kidding me? And Elmo responded, even the whale thinks anything else is better than a buyback and burn. Husk Miner was saying if we lose holders that wanted more burn, ironically, when they sell out, we will get more burn because of it. I thought that was kind of funny. Irony at its best, Captain Crunch wrote. So the 1.1 million whale voted for 0% buyback and burn. So I think we should trust 0% as the best option. I think I agree with Axel on that. Like, majority holders, I have a feeling, this probably isn't true most of the time, but I would think people that are majority holders in a crypto probably are the smartest people in that crypto. I'm sure that's not the case all the time, but they probably know a thing or two. To have gotten to where they are at, to have gotten to the point where they have enough money to put that much in a certain crypto, they must have some level of intelligence that, maybe the smaller holders don't have in crypto, in crypto specifically. I'm not saying they're like smarter in every way, but maybe they know more about crypto than the smaller holders do. I've only been in crypto for a year and a half, and like I've said many times, I lost my ass so far because I've been in the bear market, and I mean I've made money here and there, but for the most part I'm down 12 or 13,000 total out of the 15,000 I've invested. But I'll make that all back on the day one of Vulcan. I've said that many times, but so I am open to learning, and I'm open to listening to people. And I am open to, what all these majority holders are voting on, because I believe they're smart, and I believe that this vote will be fine. If they wanted 0% buyback and burn, they must know something I don't. And I also just believe that the community as a whole will always vote for the right thing, and if it's not like 100% the right thing, we'll learn quickly from it, and the next month we'll vote differently, and it'll be fine. So this will be a very interesting and fun experiment moving forward as a DAO. I've never been part of a DAO. I guess currently I'm not part of a DAO because I'm not invested in Safuu at the moment, but I will be invested in Safuu at some point. Like I said, I'm waiting for that 15-cent buy-in. I'm waiting for it. Or just to have some money, really. All my money's in Kiwi at the moment, and Kiwi's down. Even though Kiwi is having excessive freaking volume lately. Kiwi's volume has 10x'd in the last few days, and somehow the price has not changed. Riddle me this, riddle me that. All right, guys, that's all I got. A 15-minute video. I didn't mean to make it that long. I just really thought this was very interesting, all this voting drama. I thought it was very interesting. So, and me characterizing it as drama, I just mean it's very interesting. I don't mean that people are being dramatic or anything. There were some people getting a little heated, but like I totally respect that. I respect people that give their thoughts and whatnot. You know, the personal attacks aren't necessary, but I think the personal attacks were kept to an absolute minimum. I think people were just, you know, voicing their opinions on this, and were being vocal, and that's what Discord is for, to be heard, you know, in a peaceful manner. So thank you for watching, guys, and I posted all this on Twitter. I'm at Oliver78900 on Twitter, and if you could like, comment, and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.